A large portion of the homicide victims the last 2 years in Kansas City have been 30 years old or younger, some even toddlers. And it's taken a toll on a group of people you may not expect. Lawrence Jones Jr. will never go out of business.
There's been hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of families that have made this trip down these stairs to make funeral arrangements.
But this recent uptick has him disturbed. It should disturb you as well.
This is the reality.
While death and taxes are inevitable, it's becoming taxing to see the victims younger and younger.
You ever have to order one that's a little smaller than this, like half the size?
Oh, yes. About 5, 6, 7 months ago, we had a young man that was only 8 years old. With this violence that permeates our city now, it's not getting any easier.
And this was actually the birth of his first child.
Which means more and more mothers are feeling the same pain as Bridget Johnson.
The violence is just getting overwhelming.
In the last 2 years, there have been close to 250 murders in Kansas City. Her son, Anthony,
It happened October the 4th, 2015.
was one of them.
I've never got any answers from that.
He was just 23.
How difficult was it to plan a funeral for your son?
It was very difficult. I had a lot of support with planning his funeral, but actually sitting there, preparing an obituary, finding pictures, I never would have thought that I would be going through that.
And she came because she said, I need to come see you. My son was killed last night.
These two funeral directors say it's not why they got in the business. Crime impacts much more than the victim's family, you see. It impacts our children, our community, as well as industries that would rather get their business in a much different way.
How do y'all cope?
Sometimes we leave here and we're almost in tears because we see the tragedies.
If grandmother lived to 100, she passes on. She's had a wonderful life. But when they bring the grandson in to us, he's only 15. He hasn't even begun to live a life.
Even at 23, those dreams are just starting to come to fruition. Anthony Johnson, he wanted to be a rapper.
I could see Anthony being up on that stage, selling out crowds, and really making me proud of him. I can see that. But now I won't be able to.
In addition to an emotional toll, violent crimes are also costing taxpayers like you and me millions of dollars every year and in ways you may not expect. So we'll go over some of those tomorrow on The Now.